So critics are more important than bandits, Apostle Suleiman SLÄMS FG. He said the federal government is fast to attack critics of the government but silent on terror being unleashed by bandits. General Overseer of Omega Phi Ministries, Apostle John SULEMAN, has questioned the federal government over its refusal to end violence, banditry, and killings by Fulani herdsmen. He said the federal government is fast to attack critics of the government but silent on terror being unleashed by bandits. He was speaking after a presidential aide, Garba Shehu, had quoted the Bible attacking Bishop Hassan Kuka, who had recently addressed the U.S. Congress. Taking to his Instagram handle, Suleiman wrote, "What kind of people are these? People are killed, you act mute, they criticize you, you respond swiftly. So critics are more important than bandits. You just talk anyhow because you have power. An arrogant man brags he woke up early not knowing some folks haven't slept." Time will tell. Wow. An arrogant man brags he woke up, oh my gosh, English. An arrogant man brags he woke up early not knowing some folks haven't even slept. All right. I guess again, I'm now seeing a lot of pastors, I'm seeing a lot of people talking about politics, and as they should. Of course, it is very clear to see that they're biased. I'm not saying they can have their opinion, and if they have their opinion, they should clearly state, listen, this is my opinion, and leave it as that. But when it comes to conversations like this, absolutely 100%, Nigerians need to think for themselves. The revolution has to start in the mind before we can actually start manifesting it physically. So yes, we have to start thinking of these things, having our own ideas, thinking alike and understanding what direction we're going to move at, if we want to achieve a certain goal in unity. That is it. I wonder, you can talk, you can't complain, you can't protect yourself against those who want to kill you, you can't go to your farm, you can't do anything productive, yet all is well with this government. Oh God, this is the most oppressive government in the history of this country. I wouldn't say most oppressive, I'll say the most oppressive government that claims to be a democracy. Speaking English, people don't understand, so critics are more important to arrest than bandits. Are you trying to correct? Please, if you don't understand, all the understood, we understood. Move. So long as the bandits continue to enjoy immunity, its security would ever wax stronger. Those whose duty is to defend evil shall forever be visited by evil. Mumu pastors, bandits are getting bombed daily. I blame your gullible followers. The only I can't say I believe that, but the only news, or the only thing that alludes to that is the news that 120 bandits were killed by the Nigerian government. I think it was a few days ago. That was like part of the news. They were killed a few days ago, and that's the only mass massacring of bandits I've seen. Apart from that, I don't know anything else from that. But I think what the key point here is that the people feel insecure. They do not feel they are forced to be in a position where to survive they have to break the law, but then they get reprimanded for breaking the law. Does that make sense? It's enough to just frustrate you anyway. So and that is literally just it. Someone says you must be a bandit or Fulani person. Enjoy yourself to the fullest with reckless comments. All right. May the bandits you protect visit you in the same way they do to others for insulting the pastor. Right. Someone says words of wisdom, only a wise man can think to that level. Don't mind them, bandits are their relations. Again, it's not far-fetched. It's not a far-fetched idea for an average Nigerian to think maybe the government is sponsoring these, maybe the government are related to them, maybe the government wants this to happen, maybe the government are benefiting monetarily from this and will continue and would orchestrate a lot of things to happen. It is not far-fetched because they are swift to critics, but then they are reluctant and they are unproactive. Is it unproactive? Unproactive when it comes to actually dealing with the actual bandits themselves. Again, it's so sad because you have Boko Haram that they have not even prescribed as a terrorist group, but they've done same to IPOB. Does that make sense? Absolutely not. Um, Someone says that is what federal government is telling us all by their actions. You better ask them. That's what somebody else also says. Again, sad. It's this is getting more frequent, and what can you really do? What can you actually do? Um, Buhari is a bloody terrorist running terrorist government for terrorists. Yeah, that's it. Oh, but I've not forgotten. I think Femi Adesina, when Femi Adesina came out to say his boss is a bully who has dictatorial tendencies and intends to whip Nigerians in line. I think in a way, there's a word called terror, and he used that to describe the president, I think, in some way, and I cannot remember right now, but that was used, and yeah, that literally tells you everything that you need to know. That really does tell you everything that you need to know about this government, because I'm confused. All this, it don't make sense. It really do not make sense at all. Um, it's what would you advise? I mean, I think the main thing here is that we're having this conversation. It triggers you to think for yourself. It triggers you to form opinions of your own. I mean, and again, and especially in the church where sometimes it does seem like as if they've lost grips. They've lost grip with the real world and how it works because of how spiritual some Christians can be. So I guess this is a good it's a good it's a good thing. It definitely is, absolutely 100%. It is a good thing. And that is all you can really ask for, because again, for that revolution to happen physically, for Nigerians to actually not even care and go out and protest, the revolution must happen in their minds first. And it happens like this, having conversations like this, triggering Nigerians to have opinions. And of course they do. Of course Nigerians are capable of doing that, but we need to push more of that, even for the younger years and the older years, to make sure that we are all united, and no one is lacking, we're not missing anything, and everything is good. So yeah, I mean, what do you even think about this? Do you think is the best thing for pastors to criticize the government? Do you think that is good as well? Do you think or pastors should just stay in their lane? People, I think, don't forget to like and subscribe.